Hey there, Plant Girl here. Well, it's November 1st today, and I still have harvesting to do. This may be the latest I've ever harvested anything out of my garden, but I still have potatoes right here beside me, just a few that I put in late. There's at least one head, little tiny broccoli over there, and I think a couple cabbage that are still good, and my parsnips are still out here. So I'm just going to take a moment while it's a little bit, not freezing, I guess, right now. It's somewhat nice out. I'm just in a hoodie. We have had snow already about a month ago. It's melted, obviously, but there's more snow in the forecast coming up. So I need to get this dealt with before it's too late. So I'm just going to do a quick harvest, and I thought I'd bring you along for it. Buster, you going to help too? Can you help too? So here's where the potatoes are planted, and obviously they're long gone. Like I said, we had snow, we've had lots of frost now, and actually I've had the water turned off out here for at least 3 weeks, I think. So, and I haven't been hauling water out. So this has all been done for a while, but they're just kind of storing down here in the soil, and that'll mean that they should all be nice and hardened off for me. And all I need to do is pull the potatoes out. So I planted, it looks like 8 Cabbage potatoes on August 15th. So let's see what came of those potatoes. They were just little potatoes, if I remember, just something really tiny I kind of found in the house, and I had this space here, so they were from last year's potatoes, and I just thought, well, I may as well throw them in and see what comes of them. So we'll just pull them out real quick and see what else we can get in the garden. There's the seed potato, so it wasn't quite entirely used up, but somewhat. It's pretty difficult to store things in the ground here in Saskatchewan, Canada. It can be done, but not in these raised beds like this. They're too close to the sides. They would freeze solid, and you have to put a lot of layers of mulch on things to store them in the ground here, and you would need to be right in the ground just to get the insulation they would require, because our ground freezes solid many feet in the winter here. Oh, and there's a couple, what were these? I can't remember right now, but these are from plants that were on the other side that I must have missed. I had squash in between a couple of rows of potatoes, so in trying not to disturb the squash too much, I may have left a few behind. Yeah, as you can see, they stored just fine there. So I'll have a few varieties. So the Cabbage are purple-skinned, white-fleshed. A nice waxy potato. I left a lot of these behind. So I didn't get much of the Pontiac or the Caribe, but I got quite a few of these. I wish I could remember what they're called. I'll put it on the screen because I do know, but it was a new one for me. Kennebec? Might have been Kennebec. I'll put it on the screen though so you can know what they were. But I certainly missed quite a few of those when I harvested around the squash plants earlier, because I think I got more of those than I did of the Caribe. But considering I just planted some really tiny little tubers that just in the middle of the hot summer, and just to try and see if I get a few bonus late potatoes, I did get a few bonus late potatoes, so I'm actually quite happy with that for just a bonus little potato harvest. And wound up with these potatoes that apparently I missed, so good thing I came back through here, otherwise I wouldn't have. All right, so I think we'll do the parsnips next, and then I'll deal with that brassica bed after. So I didn't actually plant parsnips this year. Last year some of my plants went to seed and just scattered their seed wherever, and this year I had a lovely crop of parsnips come up. And so it's actually some of my nicest parsnips I think I've had. I've been very happy with the few that I pulled already, and I'm ready to pull some more. So you'll see they're just kind of haphazardly through these two beds down here. And because I've been so happy with them this year, I actually took another plant that had wound up over actually where those potatoes were, and it had gone to seed. So I took those seeds and I sprinkled them in the bed off to the side over here late this summer, hoping that I will have a beautiful crop of parsnips come up next spring as well. So that's my plan for next year, but let's get these bonus parsnips out now. Kind of a late bonus harvest. So I dumped my flower pots onto my garden beds when I'm done. So there's a few there. So this is the parsnip here, and hopefully you can see the crown there. So parsnips can be quite long and they can be a little tricky to pull. So I find if you just kind of loosen the soil around the crown, so you get a good grasp of it and kind of push down if you can. Now the ground is pretty hard because we're getting pretty cold. And then just kind of turn it gently, a couple of directions, and gently pull up. Usually, this one doesn't feel like it's going to, but usually, oh, there it goes. It'll come out for you. So I broke the very end off. It's getting pretty skinny there anyways. Well, that's the parsnip. There's a little bit of lettuce in here that somehow hasn't succumbed to the frost. I didn't realize it was surviving the frost. All right, so here's another one. This ground is very cold. Oh, that's a nice parsnip. Looks like there's some back here. These are smaller back here. There's another one. This one's growing up against, I think you see there's a 4x4 cut off here in the edge of this corner of this bed. It's growing right up against there. I wonder if I can get the one beside it and loosen the soil a bit. If they plant themselves, they're not necessarily in prime areas. It's really flat there because it was against that 4x4. Top off. I can't get to the base of it. The soil's piled up on top. This one's too big for me to get my hand on and turn. See if I can loosen the soil down deeper beside it. Trouble is, I think there's a tree root right there from the neighbor's tree. holding it in. I didn't know I was performing surgery today when I came out. There. See, that tree root was hooked there. That clay, it was growing right into that notch. So I couldn't get it out, but look at the size of that parsnip. I didn't want to break it off. And this tree root is small enough, it's okay to cut it. That's a monster. More lettuce. Filled it with dirt. Barilla lettuce. It's had slugs on it, it's not looking very nice. Oh, the inside might be okay. So a whole basket of bonus parsnips and a little bit of bonus lettuce. So sorry if there's some extra noise. My neighbors are out. They're also trying to finish up some projects before the snow comes. So I'm just going to quickly go over this brassica bed beside me. I don't think there's a lot in there except for small broccoli, and I think the rest actually didn't really head up. There's some cabbage in that. Might be some red cabbage. Grab that out quick and we'll see what we got all together. So you can see the frost hit these pretty hard, and this was a cauliflower and it was starting to head up, but I just didn't keep on top of taking the, getting water out to it. So it never did finish heading up. This will be compost, and same with this one. So it looks like there's a red jewel cabbage here worth taking, just a nice, quite small, but good enough for a small slaw or something for myself. And then, again, this is what happens if you don't water and take care of your produce, but a little bit of broccoli. A couple little things left. And now I think I finally finished my harvest for this year. Even more than I thought I'd get today. All those parsnips. I actually grabbed a couple tiny little onions that were left in the garden. Red cabbage, might be small, but it'll still be delicious. And a broccoli and even, did I say lettuce? A couple of little bits of lettuce. And then all these potatoes, which are mostly potatoes I had managed to leave behind when I harvested the, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're Kennebec potatoes, but also some really nice Caribe potatoes. So good little harvest, November 1st. I'm sure that's the latest I've ever been out harvesting in my yard. Quite often by now we are getting snow, and like I said, we did have snow that lasted about a day earlier in the month, in October, and we have snow in the forecasts in the next week here, so I suspect the next snow will probably not go away, and so I want to make sure I got out here and got this done. So thanks for coming along with me and joining me in my garden all summer long and through even this last late harvest. I will be giving you an update very soon on some of the begonias that I pulled out of the yard. When was that? Was that early October? I can't even remember anymore. It's been a busy last month. But some of them I just potted up and they're in my grow room, and believe it or not, seed starting will not be that far away. So still lots to come. I have some other plants I actually saved. I'll show you. I'll give you a grow room update here in the next, hopefully, few weeks if I have some time here. And yeah, if you're still harvesting and growing, let me know. Let me know what area you're in. It's always fun to hear what people are doing around the globe and in different climates than mine. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.